Macmillan Audio presents Desk 88 by Sherrod Brown. Narrated for you by Leon Nixon and Sherrod Brown.
To my late mother, Emily Campbell Brown, a small-town Southern girl who taught my brothers and me about service and justice. To Connie, who makes the fight every day. And to our future warriors for justice, Clayton, Leo, Jackie, Carolyn, Milo, Ella, and Russell. Prologue. The Origins of Desk 88. We must come to see that human progress never rolls in on wheels of inevitability. Martin Luther King, Jr. Finally, it was the freshmen's turn. 10 of us, 9 Democrats and 1 Republican, wandered around the big hall, surveying where we might sit. We talked about location, which row to sit in, whom to sit next to, which desk was closer to the front. It was all perhaps a bit too reminiscent of high school. It suddenly occurred to me there were no bad places to sit, no pillars to sit behind, no obstructed views. We were on the floor of the United States Senate. At the freshman orientation a couple of months earlier, senior senators had shared with us some stories and traditions of the Senate. One of those traditions, reminiscent of middle school, is that most senators at some point in their careers carved their names in the drawers of the desks in the Senate chamber. So, a bit sheepishly, with these carvings and this history in mind, I pulled out drawer after drawer in desk after desk, pushing aside the clutter of stationery, legislation printouts, and committee reports to read the names that were carved in the inside bottom of each drawer. At the 4th desk I approached, something felt different. I knew almost every name carved in the drawer. I read through the names of Desk 88, Black of Alabama, Gore of Tennessee, Lehman of New York, McGovern of South Dakota, and I broke off curious. Between McGovern and Ribicoff of Connecticut, the desk drawer had only one word, Kennedy. No state, no first name. I called out to Senator Edward Kennedy and asked him to look at the desk. Ted, which brother's desk was this? He looked down at Desk 88. It must be Bobby's, he said. I have Jack's. I had found my Senate home. My Chief of Staff, Jay Heimbach, informed the Clerk of the Senate that Desk 88 was the one I wanted. What drew me to the names of Desk 88 was the idea that connected them, progressivism. It's a political ethic that had driven not only my votes in Congress. I joined the House of Representatives in 1993 and reached the Senate in 2007, but also my decision to run for office in the first place. Over the past century, progressives have stood for labor rights, civil rights, stronger antitrust laws, women's rights, a higher minimum wage, health and safety regulations, a steeply graduated income tax, child labor protections, and workers' compensation. More recently, progressives have fought for abortion rights, universal health care, strong environmental laws to combat climate change, equal rights for gay and transgender Americans, gun safety laws, consumer protections, and a ban on political contributions from corporations. Progressives of all generations, and certainly those who sat at Desk 88, share a revulsion at injustice and wage inequality and wealth disparities. Most progressives are bound together by a deep respect for the dignity of work and, in Tolstoy's words, the fundamental religious feeling that recognizes the equality and brotherhood of man. Progressives typically share a common suspicion of concentrated power, especially private power. Some of those who sat at Desk 88 played crucial roles when the country was in the midst of progressive times. Others, at great risk to their political careers, espoused progressive principles in more difficult eras when the country was in a particularly conservative, sometimes dark and angry mood. Often the great achievements of the occupants of Desk 88 took place somewhere else, in the ornate hearing rooms of the Russell Senate Office Building, in union halls or church basements, at veterans' lodges, or in school auditoriums. But sometimes,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?